Thanks for joining us. I'm China Green. We start at noon in southeast Portland, where police say they've now identified the man killed in a stabbing on Monday morning. 73-year-old Kenny Hausman was found severely injured near Southeast 136th and Clinton in the Powerhurst-Gilbert neighborhood shortly after he died in the hospital. Police initially took someone into custody for the stabbing, but they were never charged and have since been released. The search continues for the body of award-winning Portland chef Naomi Pomeroy after she drowned in the Willamette River in Corvallis last weekend. The Benton County Sheriff's Office says Pomeroy, her husband, and another person were using tubes and a paddleboard tied together to float the river. When the group hit some sort of debris, Pomeroy fell in and became trapped underwater. Authorities say she was not wearing a life jacket. A second Washington man is now facing federal charges in connection with the shooting attacks on Oregon electric substations. 33-year-old Zachary Rosenthal from Tacoma was arraigned yesterday and pleaded not guilty. According to court documents, Rosenthal is accused of damaging substations in Clackamas and Oregon City in November 2022, as well as stealing and illegally possessing 24 guns as a convicted felon. Investigators say they believe a Centralia man helped Rosenthal in one of those attacks. He was arrested in April. His trial is set for next month. Now to the video that shows a Portland business owner confronting two suspected burglars. He rammed his truck into their cars, but they still got away after one of them appeared to pull out a gun. Now, this played out yesterday in southeast Portland after Quarter World Arcade was burglarized. KGW's Blair Best spoke with the owner.
Cell phone video shows the moment a burglary suspect threatened Logan Bowden with a gun Monday morning.
I don't think these were amateur thieves. I believe these guys knew what they were doing.
Logan runs Quarter World Arcade in southeast Portland, where this all started around 10:30 a.m. when they were closed.
There was like an entry alert on in the lounge. We have cameras, so I checked the cameras, and that's when I noticed like two guys running through with flashlights.
Police were on scene before he got there.
And the response time of the police officers was amazing. By the time I got there, it was like 9 cop cars and everything. I was like, whoa!
At this point, the suspects, pictured here, got away with some cash. Logan wouldn't tell us how much, but says they didn't go far.
And I exit the building, and I look to my left, and they're standing over there.
Their getaway car was parked on this residential stretch of Southeast Madison Street, right by Logan's truck. Police had already left the scene.
So I just throw it in reverse and start ramming the crap out of them.
Look closely, because after Logan backed into their vehicle several times, one of the suspects pulled out a gun before driving off.
Oh, I saw a round cylinder and some knuckles, and I was like, that's probably a gun.
Neighbors said he has a gun. I ducked back in the house.
This woman, who didn't want to be identified, watched it happen.
Guns are scary, as we all know. My neighbors here are very observant. Many people came out.
The next morning,
This is also them too.
Logan showed us how his truck made out.
Yeah, it still works though.
The least of his worries, because the real damage was not seen, but felt.
Hopefully these guys get caught, and hopefully what went down yesterday makes them think twice about going to other small businesses, and it's sad.
Blair Best, KGW News.
The Portland Auditor's Office is following up on a report that Portland police mishandled some visas designed for victims of abuse crimes. The specific visas are called U visas, and they're set aside for victims who assist law enforcement. Last year, the Auditor's Office reported that PBB was certifying fewer U visas. The certification rate dropped from almost 90% to below 50% in a year and a half. Auditors found instances where officials misunderstood or misapplied the law and found insufficient policies and training in place for officers as well. Now, the Auditor's Office has several recommendations here, like providing more training to staff. The Auditor's Office also says PPB's implementation of the recommendations is currently in process. One snag here is Portland Police Bureau mentioned in its struggles to make corrections is a lack of funding. Still, Portland Police has reviewed around 50 visa applications that were initially denied since last year. They've now approved visas for more than a dozen people. The new main terminal at PDX finally has an official opening date. We have new video from the Port of Portland giving us a look inside the nearly finished terminal, set to open on Wednesday, August 14th. Now there's the show-stopping mass timber roof and dozens of live trees, yes, inside, new shops and restaurants, plus the return of the iconic, meaning 1990s era, PDX carpet. The opening was previously delayed by almost 4 months due in part to safety lapses during construction. Airport officials described the new look as a, quote, walk in the forest. And after 6 years of being closed down, the popular Oregon resort KGW will reopen tomorrow after undergoing mass renovations. It's located just about 2 hours outside of Portland on the Warm Springs Reservation. It shut down back in 2018 due to some financial troubles and maintenance issues, but in 2018, the Tribal Council for the Confederated Tribes of Warm Springs approved nearly $4 million in funding to bring the resort back. It will feature over 30 swimming pools, a hot spring, a lodge, spa, hotel, and RV park. Online reservations for overnight stays and limited day use passes start at 10 a.m. tomorrow on the resort's website.
Over 30 pools? I'm stuck on that. That's
You're
crazy.
Signing up.
That's like Disney Pool Land or something.
Yeah.
All right, sorry, I was like 30? Okay.
A lot.
Let's get to the weather. Well, it is turning out to be a lovely day, and the big story is we have broken the heat that visited us yesterday, and we'll get into what some of those high temperatures were coming up in my main weathercast. It did hit 100 for those of you down in Salem yesterday, but not today. Not today. You're looking at a disturbance. Maybe you got a touch of rain at your house. Maybe you heard some thunder. Overnight last night, we had thunder strikes, lightning strikes, I should say, all the way up into around the Philomath-Corvallis area, but nothing in Portland except for a touch of rain. All that action now is mainly up into Washington and then out across far eastern Oregon. There have been some lightning strikes in this area north of the Dalles, up around Yakima. Nothing being reported at this moment, but earlier today, some of these heavier rain cells around Mount Adams were producing some lightning. Portland's partly cloudy, but overall it's just a bright, sunny, comfortable noon hour. Our current number is 74 degrees. Here is your afternoon. We will stay in the 80s, thank goodness, 81 at 2 o'clock, as high as 88 at 5, and then about 83 at 8 o'clock. Hey, the 7-day forecast shows signs that we might get back to some more comfortable weather over a long stretch of time. That's coming up.
All right, Rod, thank you. And he just talked about lightning here. It has been responsible for at least 4 fires in Central Oregon. Central Oregon Fire tweeted late last night saying it's responding to those incidents, which are all 1 acre or less in size. And not only can lightning start new fires, but it can also cause existing fires to spread. This is the latest video of the Larch Creek fire burning in Wasco County. It's burned almost 19,000 acres and is 27% contained this afternoon. Crews have also made progress on the state's largest fire, the Cow Valley Fire in eastern Oregon. This one has burned 133,000 acres and is now 16% contained. Other fires, however, have been explosive. The Lone Rock Fire in north central Oregon's Gillum County is now up to 71,000 acres. And in Harney County, the Falls Fire north of Burns is at 85,000 acres. Now that has led to some campground closures in the Malheur National Forest and is still 0% contained. And we have some time-lapse video to show you. This shows the start of a fire that ignited last night on the Dead Mountain. That's north of Oak Ridge, about an hour from Eugene, but this started just before 9 o'clock. We're still waiting to get some more details on this fire come this afternoon. To your health news today, health officials are reporting the first confirmed cases of measles this year in Multnomah County. It involves an unvaccinated child who recently traveled to another country where measles is more common. Now, officials don't think the measles will spread beyond the child's family, but this is the 6th confirmed measles case in Oregon so far this year. The others were in Marion and Clackamas counties last month, all of these involving unvaccinated people. There was also an outbreak in Southwest Washington in January.